Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Pix. Hello, Star. Period started full force, so I'm in pain, and I've already had, 2 mood swings. It's fine. Fine, we're fine. I have some tea. Tea. Man. Hi, Lunstar. Hello, hello. Ugh, okay. Updates. Saw my specialist, my new specialist for endometriosis yesterday. He's super cool. He gonna help me. It's gonna take longer than I would have liked. But that's kind of just, no. Hi, Neva. That's just kind of how it is with medical stuff. He really wants to get a he wants to get better imaging of what's going on inside of me before opening me up for surgery, which is totally fair. But that doesn't mean, like, it's gonna be a few months, basically. Probably be like June or something before I get surgery. It's very reasonable, typically, to be fair. Annoying thing I learned also, I did have it, so he should have gotten the MRI imaging June? Yeah, June. I'm not the only person who needs care, you know? It's just how things are. Hi, Jack. Oh God, I already lost my place. What was I saying? Shit. Shit. Fuck. He should have gotten the imaging from the MRI, but according to him, that never happens. The first time he said he'd contact the office and try and get it from them, because like I had the transfer. Oh, I do need to do that. They use my chart. I can connect my charts, but I had my other that I got this MRI from. I had that like network, that office send the information to him, but he didn't get the image. He didn't get the images of the MRI. He just got the radiologist's like thoughts on the MRI, and that's not as helpful. Uh, so he has to wrangle that other office. It's not. He's gonna do it for me, so I'm like, cool. I don't have to. That's wonderful. Somebody let people who know how to do that do that. But yeah, he was quite tickled that I did have physical copies of my laparoscopy from last year. However, that was very helpful. I don't know. He was a really cool guy. I don't even remember what we were talking about yesterday, but something. So we were talking about something early on in the appointment, and he made a remark about something, and he swore, not at me, but about the thing. It's hit my memories out the fucking window. And he was like, then he kind of was just like, joking, like, I'm so professional, I already swore. And I was just like, maybe it's because I'm a millennial, but it actually puts me at ease, so you're fine. Anyway, he's definitely around my age or close to it. I didn't try to gauge his age too hard, but I would say he's somewhere between 30 and 40. Probably in his 30s, though. If I had to guess, probably mid-30s. He didn't look like he was 40. No, doesn't have the usual signs of being 40 in the face. Anyway, it was really nice. It was also really tiring because it is a 2-hour drive. Really easy to get to the office, at least. It is one of the main hospitals in the city that we went to. And it has its own parking garage. So that was fine. I actually kind of like that city. At least what I saw of it. Looking for the things that I like to look for, kind of a deal. Like, for instance, it was walkable enough, the city, that a huge chunk of people were walking around to get to where they needed to go, which is pretty nice. Especially because here's the thing. Most of the state of New York, most of the cities aren't really metropolis cities, right? Like, I think I saw one skyscraper, like one building that could count as a skyscraper there. There's not a lot of that. So it's more of a sprawling, it's still a very, very large city. It's in fact the capital of New York, but that's a funny thing, by the way. Anybody that, especially if you don't live in the States or anything like that, what's the capital of New York? This is a trick question, so, But do you know what the capital of New York is? Not NYC, that is correct. A lot of people do think it's NYC, which isn't really the case. In fact, a lot of the time, so something I've noticed geographically, a lot of capitals for states is going to be a city that is central to the state. And New York City doesn't count because it is a downstate. That's all the way the fuck over there at the edge of the state. Capital is not the one people know. I mean, that's not really quite true. I feel like people know them depending on but yeah. I'd love to go to New York. Feels like my kind of city. I wouldn't know. I ain't never been there. I ain't never been to New York City in my life. Nope. I've been to cities, but the main one was Dayton, and Dayton's a certain kind of... It's not a very pretty city. There's people got a lot of pride coming from Dayton. It's called the Diamond City, but not a very pretty city. Does have some nice things about it, though. I've been there a few times. The stereotype of rude New Yorkers was BS. No, it's not New Yorkers. It's New Jersey. Everybody shits on New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have assumed that rude New Yorkers was a stereotype. My assumption's always just been that Americans are stereotyped to be rude. That's like, that's been my general assumption, is that we're stereotyped to be rude. I think it's more just that we tend to be really direct. Americans in general also, yeah. Wow. Actually, I learned something recently. There was some discussion. Nah, y'all rude. I guess. I suppose. We hate the French. They're rude. At least in my experience. Rude, for me, that's rude affectionate. I'm not really, like, the only kind of, like, I don't like people being over familiar. If I don't know you, I don't like that, but, like, rudeness isn't exactly I don't know. It's not high on my list of things that I care about. Don't be mean, and don't be over familiar, and that's all I care about. Maybe that's, I don't know. It's probably just me. Wow. I think it really comes down to is what's considered polite. I also recently, God, I don't remember, it was a video. I guess some British folks, depending on which part of the UK they're in, consider Americans to be a weird fake nice, because we tend to also be in social settings egregious in a manner, well, not egregious, what's the word? Gregarious. That's the word I'm looking for. We tend to be gregarious in a manner that also doesn't necessarily invite friendship. Depending on the social setting, we could be very boisterous and friendly in a way, I guess, that comes off fake to other cultures sometimes, which is fascinating. Not that it actually is, but that's just how it comes off because they don't interact the same way. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, man. I feel like there's different kinds of rude too. That reminds me, I've always thought this. The specific argument, people getting certain kinds of people getting bent out of shape over pronoun usage and stuff like that and how they feel it is. And I'm like, we're just talking, when you actually break it down, unless they're just anti-trans, which is a lot of the time too, but actually break it down, we're just talking about a cultural difference at the end of the day. It's just rude to not. And I feel like for a lot of people, they don't really get that. They're just like, but it's not this bit. And I'm like, you're just being rude. I don't know. It's not this huge thing of like, oh, you're gonna get persecuted or something. You're just being rude. The Canadian's always nice stereotype. I don't know. See, the people who only have been to Newfoundland or really lucky with meeting nice people, because the Canadians are nice, but a lot are rude, and that goes for everywhere else in the world. It's true. There's different perceptions of cultures is interesting, and it's a combination of just like, it's in contrast to Americans. Oh no, I don't know. People say that about Montana. No, Montana? Shit. M State. Anyway. Hell yeah, we're the benchmark. USA slash joke. Nice, but people don't know how fast we can switch it off. Cut 2 stereotypes. Eh. Now, if we're going to talk about stereotypes of politeness, like, I think generally a common stereotype is Japanese folks are very polite but not very nice. uh, which is an interesting combination. Because politeness and being nice are not the same thing. Newfoundland? How you want me to say it? I can say Newfoundland, or I can say Newfoundland. I don't know. I don't live there. I don't expect y'all to pronounce our states correctly. You come over here to upstate New York. You're gonna take one look at some of the town names, and you're gonna be like, "How do I pronounce that?" In first grade, learned if you're fighting someone in hockey, you gotta pull their shirt up over their heads. I mean, that's hockey, though. Hockey's just hockey. Even in the States, hockey's known to be kind of. It's hockey. I'm just gonna say Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Uh-huh. Let me see it. Let's see. I mean, pretty much it'd just be Newfoundland for us. Noof. Yeah. Don't even give me. Don't even. Hold on. I need to. We gotta have this. I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna give an example. How would you all pronounce that one? Because I can guarantee you. Lone Star is the closest. People native actually pronounce it Louisville. But yeah. It's not Louisville, though. Nova picks, you both are the most wrong. Which is funny because you're both from the States. It's a Kentucky town. That gives you, at least I'm pretty sure, that's a city in Kentucky. Yeah, it's a city in Kentucky. English is wrong. If that gives you a better idea, what if you don't assume my speech impaired ass cares at this point? I mean, you get a pass, Nova. It's a French name. You pronounce it in French. Louisville is not. I mean, Louisville is. I mean, it's closer, but they say Louisville a lot of the time. Of course, we got places. Anyway, names. Newfoundland, Louisville. Yeah, like that. Rename your towns because half of them they sound like a person with dental tools in the mouth saying words and a cat at a keyboard had to trust to translate them all. You're so funny, Jack. That's just a local accent. Yeah. It's still not Louisville. It's not Louisville. You are correct. It is not that. Louisville is perhaps the most wrong version. Yes. Yeah. uh Actually, a lot of them are French names. I think is like half of that. That people get tripped up. Also, a chunk of them are actually Native American names as well. And there's that. So you're pronouncing French wrong. Well, boy, howdy, do I have a story. Speaking of pronouncing French names wrong, there's a street back where I used to live called Bellefontaine. Yeah. Everybody local pronounce Bell Fountain. Bell Fountain. It was Bellefontaine. Oh my god, hold on. I have to go look. I have to go look if it's still there. Hold on. Hold on, I have to go look. I have to go look. If it's still there, it might not be. Beautiful fountain? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it still there, for the love of God? I don't think it is. I might have to go. I got a screen cap of it for proof. I might have to. Oh, it is still there. Oh my god, I need you guys to see this. Hold on. Hold on. So what you're about to see is real back from where I used to live, my hometown. This is the satellite imaging. Please behold. Please behold with your eyes. This is very PG-13. What are you talking about? Kids draw dicks on things all the time. I will, yes. Hold on. Where are you in my list? There you are. A lot of brothers growing up, they did that shit all the time. Yeah, like a drawn dick is not. That's not. It's fine. Kids do that all the time. This was the funniest thing for me to find out, by the way. I found out that this was a thing on. I don't even remember now. It was either Tumblr or Facebook. And then I looked it up myself because I was like, I'm from there. It's so funny. Even if it was a realistic one, it's just a body part. It's not, there's not anything sexual happening with it. It's not, anyway. Probably a joke about pruning and trimming. Yeah. It's just, it's so funny to me, especially as somebody who has, like, been on this road many times in my life. That 7501 Bellefontaine did this is so funny. Hit a bush. That's not a bush, that's a tree line. Those are trees. Ay, 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 ay. Anyway. you talking about how people pronounce Bellefontaine just got me reminded. Oh my gosh. Alright, finish my tea. God. Yeah. I'm actually really excited to play Botany Manor, so we might, you know... I'll move the wang! At least for when that satellite picture was taken, but that was, last year that got taken. I highly doubt that they've kept it up. Especially through the snow. Although that'd be very funny. Not gonna lie. But Ohio actually got snow this year because of the snowstorm that everybody got hit by, so, no. Nonetheless, hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, I've screenshotted it more than once. I just screenshotted it again and sent it to Nova, so. Yeah. And I'm not the only one. Because again, I found out about it through a post on the internet. And I had a moment because I was like, I lived there. Or I lived there. I don't live there anymore. Nonetheless. Oh. I opened Steam. I don't have Botany Manor on Steam. I have it on Epic Games. Dog's not going to the groomer today due to freezing rain. You'll have to wait to see before and after photos. That's okay. That's alright. Also, love the Clint Eastwood reference. It would be you, Jack. It would be you. I do enjoy Clint Eastwood films, actually. The westerns, like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I enjoy that. I enjoy some of his films a lot. Angel Eyes was always a good favorite character of mine. What an enjoyable villain. Western is Rango. Rango, I remember Rango. I watched Rango. It's alright. It's okay. But the Clint Eastwood films, a lot of those films made up the like things that people reference when they make Western films. Like especially The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like especially that one. A huge chunk of other Western films are just referencing The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah. Anyhow. What we don't like around here is what's his face? What is his face? Western. No, what? No. I forgot that this game doesn't alt tab well. John Wayne. We don't like John Wayne. Bad man. To put it mildly. We're not John Wayne enjoyers. Anyway. Okay, everybody remembers we did Botany Manor. We're like a 55-year-old woman who is kept by, like, basically kept out of scientific pursuits and things because she's a woman, because it's 1980. No, 1890. God, 1980. Imagine. That's my name, but nah, not really. I wouldn't say that I'm into Westerns, but selectively there are some good Westerns, right? Just like there's good films everywhere. I'm not into horror films, and I don't watch a lot of them. My sister watches all of them, but I'm like, if it's a good horror film, I'll probably enjoy it. I did wear a cowboy hat to school for about a year, though. That was a little funny. You talking about Westerns? Yeah, because you made a Clint Eastwood reference. And I was like, I grew up watching Clint Eastwood. Nice. Changed schools and they already had a cowboy hat guy, so I became a scarf guy instead. That's funny. But yes, refresher. We're a 55-year-old woman. This is our manor estate. We're making magical plant discoveries. There's some like B plots as well as taking a nice little jabs at a lot of upper society, like her friend that brought home gray squirrels, and how that went, and just, I mean, hi, Kobe. Hi, Nico. Oh, everybody's stopping, huh? Hi. Welcome in. It's good to have you all. We're just gonna sit. Oh, you know what? We might go sit. Oh, we can't sit in this chair. We can sit in this chair, but not that chair. Oh, yeah, I was trying to do a refresher for this game. It is a puzzle game. The puzzles have been enough that they get my brain going, but not so difficult or frustrating or anything, which has been nice. The game's very pretty. We're playing a 55-year-old woman. This is her manor estate. She has constantly pursued discovering new plants and all of that her whole life, but she's been largely barred from academia because it is the 1890s. Here's a picture of mushrooms. I like her. She got pictures of a lot of things. We can go and walk. We can come back here to the study and continue puzzles, but we can go and walk and I can show, I suspect that door that's blocked by the tree is going to be our last location. I can go and show everybody all of the plants we've discovered. They're here in the dining room. I thought it would be appropriate to make them the guests of honor. We also have a book, though. How do I open the book again? Tab! Figured it out. Wonderful. And now we gotta do the nightfall, but we started with the windmill wart. These are all magical plants. Although I do appreciate that enough thought and research went into these plants that they are tied genealogically to real plants, because the windmill wart, clearly the way that they designed it, they clearly based it off of like milkworts and things, which I think that's really nice. So there's a touch of real plants with these completely fictional ones, and that's really fun. Hi, plant, I love you. Hi, the plant, I love you. Exactly. Nico, you understand me. I think that's all of them, yeah. Now you just have to invite all those men that barred you from public academia to dinner so those plants can eat them. Yeah. We get to find, like, little clues and things. Bulgardia. The ash plume. Pixie tears. The pixie tears especially look like they were based off of, everybody's gonna be like, the what? And it's the broom rape, genius. which is a real genius of flowers. That's, I mean, this one's obvious. Locally sourced fertilizer. Feed me all night long. Feed me some more. Milk them to become immortal? That's what sin. What? Huh? Alright, well. Anyway, this game's been lovely so far. Like, genuinely, been having a really good time with it. I was so excited. It's been on my list to play for a while, and I managed to get it for free on Epic Games. It was for free for a little bit. Very, very exciting. So, we're botanical allies. We're going to figure out the nightfall. We have some research. Our grandma, actually, her grandma was doing it. What a thing to call a flower. It's because it's a very literal translation of broom tuber, because rape has a root in rapum, which is like literal translation for that is tuber. Like the Latin translation. So that's why it's called that. Broom tuber. Oh, we didn't read this thank you card. Maybe we did. Yes, we did. This one's lovely. I really liked this one. I'm going to read it off again, just for people who weren't here last time. Dear Lady Green, thank you kindly for the flower books you sent my daughters. To this day, they still show an interest in learning more about plants and painting. I am keen that my daughters have access to a good education, so I hope you don't mind me putting it upon you that you might be able to teach them somehow. Your dedication and knowledge seems so rare and inaccessible elsewhere for young girls like mine. I hope you will consider my proposal. Sincerest regards. And over here we've got a book, Modern Methods of Teaching. It's so cute. I guess I learned something new. It's just etymology of words. That's all. Love that environmental storytelling. It's great. We love it. Letter from Anne, January 1890. My dear friend, I have been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach the wider world. Since it is so seldom we are able to see our work published. Considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record of botany. And do consider it. I would hate for such important research to stay hidden away. Our friend Anne. Meadow orchids of Britain. Professor J. Montag, assisted by R. Brown. Yeah. Alright, what we got here? Okay, so this is going to be for the mushroom plant, which is also part of this chapter. Or two, back in the day, women educated themselves and educating each other. Quite often, yes. Fungi of Britain. Mushroom food sources. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrients through soil and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This is true. This means they have become carnivorous because they only acquire the nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms such as flies, bugs, and plants. There is that, but there's also some, this may not cover this, there's some mushrooms that also are, instead of getting it through the soil, they get it directly from the tree. For instance, like if they're attached, they attach themselves to tree roots. Anyway. Majority of women teachers in modern day, it used to be all men. I did get Botany Manor. Hi, bros. I missed the free sale because I'm silly. You did because I added you. I literally added you. I was like, Ambrose, look! And you said, ooh. Somebody say hi, Ambrose, one more time. Quick, quick! All lowercase. Yay! There we go. But yes, hello, welcome in. You are a silly man, Ambrose. But maybe it'll be free again at some point. Dead greeted scrub. Anyway, this means they have become carnivorous. Some mushrooms even get their nutrients from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Also true. Mushrooms grow on a tree. Growing on a tree is usually a sign that they're consuming the tree, so they should be remove them immediately. What? That's silly. That's not always the case, indeed. Quite often it's actually, what's the word? Symbiotic. But a lot of mushrooms have symbiotic relationships with their trees. Where did Beal come from? That's not even a word, right? Professor's note, Arabella, I have some more books from the department. Why is... I'm just going to assume that's not intentional. That may be of interest for your research. One, I recall, was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. We love you, Uncle Theodore! So long as they are returned before summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research. Uncle Theodore. Uncle Theodore is a real one. At every turn, this man has just been like, I got you. I got you. How old is this man? He's gonna be like in his 70s. Ugh. Uncle Theodore is rad, though. We need to find more clues. I don't think we're going to find too many more in the study, though. Oh, wait. We got all these. Tree diseases. He's like, I got you, fam. Fuck this misogyny. Yeah, exactly. Red tree pox. If a tree is infected with red tree pox, many small red marks will be visible on the bark. Visible. I completely swallowed half of that with anyway. It can usually be cured by adding fertilizer to the soil of the tree. I'm cleaning the house for my beautiful wife. Very nice. Hypoloxin? Hypoloxylin. Okay. Causes black patches to form on the bark of the tree. It is usually a sign that the tree is lacking in hydration and won't stay alive for much longer. Root parasite. This is this one. Root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients that the tree receives from the soil. Retrieves. Eventually, it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There are currently no known cure. Bark rust. Bark rust is a disease that's very harmful to the tree. Okay, we're looking at that root parasite. Sapphire gloom. Judging by the name, I don't believe this to be an edible mushroom. Okay, so... Oh, eggs. Interesting. Well, we have the mushroom seeds, so let's go. Where is the nearest? Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Lady Green, I have this box of letters and correspondence from you. Shall I archive it in the study? Hold on. Take them, sort them thematically, and spread them around the entire house, some random and some specific to give hints of how certain flowers. What? Yeah, you know. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Do, 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 do. There's just a certain amount of suspension of disbelief you gotta do when you're playing video games, you know? Am I just gonna be able to put this... Yeah, that one was easy. Ooh. Wow. Sapphire bloom is a wildly misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. Look at that! Symbiotic! It's so pretty. Alright, mister. You gotta go sit with the rest of them. Gotta go to the guest hall. I will sit you right here. Yes, yes. Shroom! Yeah. Hi, Millie! That was pretty, though. That was a really nice animation. I guess we're going upstairs again. Must be more clues. Do, 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 do. Oh boy. How's everyone doing today? I'm in pain and I've already had like 2 mood swings, but we're doing our best. Everybody's here with me and that's really nice. The trapped fairy. Pleasure, great. Thank you. We may take another break. It's a long hallway. I bet this seat's really nice to sit at, though. Looks really comfy. Also with chores! Yay! Dentist appointment, getting a broken tooth pulled today. Oof. I hope that goes okay, Millie. Snotty ear streams always provide utmost coziness. Thank you. 10th of August. Dearest Arabella, I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently, and I noticed a sight that I just had to write to you about. In the water, I saw the brook chalice blooming. I've never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mention it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what it could have caused us? Ever your friend, Edith. I don't think we're still doing the nightfall. Oh, we do have all of these. Litter. We don't know which one the fairy painting's for yet, so we're gonna leave that alone. It's better than keeping the broken tooth. That's true. Years ago, so I already know this. Shouldn't be bad, especially since half the tooth already came out by itself. Yeah. Attic's locked. You bet. Oh. Mm. bird eggs over here then. Fairy painting might be. We'll just leave it there. Not you. We'll reset. Lottie showed us an image of a dick someone made in the field in Lottie's old neighborhood on Google Maps. Yeah. I mean, it's really funny. Teeth suck. Let's all get cybernetic jaws. Teeth do kind of suck. Once my brother punched me in the face because we were like 12. Oh boy. I've had my teeth chipped, but it's always been by dogs, you know? We got another one here, huh? Oh, I'll preemptively fill that with soil for now. I don't know if we have the nightfall sitting around anywhere. This is nice. Aquatic weed removal. Brook chalice. Lawn dick. Come on, keep up. How's a dog chip your tooth? By slamming their face into yours really hard. That's how. Here, Ambrose, hold on. The game doesn't alt tab well, but I can just hold on. I can just DM this to you. There you go. Evidence. Dog too happy to see you. I roughhouse with dogs. Ooh, we got the cradle fern seeds. Like that. Private dick lock pick. Petition. Somerset Society for Wildlife Protection offers a petition to be presented to the Honourable House of Commons. In recent years, hunts have been taking place near Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear their beautiful chime-like calls. We call upon the government to regulate hunting near the rivers of Somerset. We ask that they respect the breeding times of wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and turn this letter to us. Ah. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's the bird one, not the... Not you. You. Birds. All right. Lawn phalluses. This room's pretty comfy. Oh, the trapped fairies. This we'll see. Once upon a time, there was a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of the time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed the little fairy. The moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached and the sun arose, the spell broke. So just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Oh, so this one's actually... You. Fairy painting and fairy story. My dear Nova. Oh. Ah! Nothing makes me sad. That's not a... No, it's not. At least not for this one. Not the dead cat lore. That's what I'm saying. I've got dead cat lore. I can't handle dead cat lore. I'll start crying. I will. I'll do it. Why don't we just crawl into bed right now? There's not enough pillows. This is not how old people dress their beds. They've got like 6 pillows on one of these beds, not 2. Maybe it's just Arabella. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's just her. Also, the stool here without a mirror is fascinating. That's a sad number of pillows. Well, at least for a bed that size it is. Space for my arms to flop. I'm a side sleeper. I need extra pillows to sleep on my side because of my repetitive stress injury. I really gotta get, I'm just waiting for the ad to finish. I really gotta get, like, they make pillows for people by the bed. It is. Actually, no, that's a chamber pot. That's not a food bowl. I really need to get, they make body pillows for pregnant people, for extra support and stuff, and I could probably use one of those. Decorative piss bucket. It's 1890. They don't have indoor plumbing yet. At least I don't think so. Hold on. Well, the ad break's still going. Let me just... I don't need to alt tab. I'll just pull it up on my phone. When... I mean, I'm pretty sure anyway. Was indoor plumbing invented? Actually, it was quite a while ago. They should have had indoor plumbing by now, actually. Maybe because the house is so old, but you definitely could afford to... No, there definitely would have been indoor plumbing by now. Oh, yes. Look at that. Maybe it's just for vomiting. Oh, we have one of these puzzles. Oh, boy. I'm very excited. Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me finish reading. Yeah, indoor plumbing was in the early 1800s where it became a thing, and by 1880, most homes were being made with the indoor plumbing. Arnica flower. Red clover. Okay. Eliza from... A letter from Eliza. Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Lord Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure it is worth pursuing scientific study in such places. On my recent visit to Brinsby, the young man showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen in the party, all useful time and erudition was devoted to them and none given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of our own, and perhaps we can see these specimens in their home habitats, where they belong. We just got a bunch of real ones, his friends, you know? Okay. So I assume this is going to be for the Brook Chalice. I don't think we have enough clues yet, but there might be some around here. Plumbing quote. Dear Arabella, here is our quote to repair the geyser in your bathroom. Cost might seem high, but trust us, complex job. Installation of disconnected pipes. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. Yeah, I'm Hamilton. Yeah. It's not like I'm not gonna touch things. Bath guys requires a rapid flow of hot water. Always flush the toilet in video games. It does nothing. Uninstall the game and demand a refund. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be putting that in there. We don't have enough clues yet, I don't think, though. But I could probably still set this up. We got a lot of elbow bit. The rest of this we'll figure out later. We don't know what temperature this needs to be at. And we don't appear to have any more clues in here. I wish plumbing was that easy. I mean, in some cases it is. I fixed the our kitchen sink recently and it was very similar to that. The short of it is, just like everything in this house, because it's a prefab, nothing was put up correctly. So, like, all of the shelving, for instance, isn't anchored, right? They just raw dogged that shit. So it's the same for the kitchen sink. They didn't, you know, you have the parts you need sitting all around in the same room. I mean, we did have to go into town to get some plumber's putty, but the plumber's putty was only $2. Ooh, that's a nice chair. Boop. We will take regular breaks. This looks like a relatively new portion of the house. It doesn't look old. Okay. Letter from Montauk. Alright, Montauk. Dear Lady Arabella, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contributions during our recent meadow orchid research expedition. Your keen observations and deep knowledge of the orchids was so helpful. Your dedication to the field is inspiration to us all. I look forward to future collaborations and the continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word with you with the Botanical Society. Most sincerely, Professor Montauk. Well, at least Montauk's in our corner. It's something. Add a key. Government notice. Health and safety warning, huh? Been brought to our attention that the factory of Barton Iron Works has been illegally dumping scrap metal in rivers across Somerset. These rivers are now polluted with rust, making them unsafe for swimming. Also affected by the waste. The river... Oh! The river From was also affected by the waste. Though oddly, the river is completely clear of rust pollution. feel like that's related. River Trust. River swimming this season. Dear members, we want to make sure you can all enjoy swimming this summer, so we have cleared the most popular rivers in Somerset of all aquatic weeds. The River Cam, the River Chew, and the River Summer have all been cleared of weeds thanks to the services of Clark's Aquatic Weed Remover Co. Thank you for your continued support. Weed free. Yeah, that's what you want. Oh, I don't think. I think we're still... We'll see. So many different, like, study rooms. Letter about melodies. Dearest Bella, I'm writing to share with you an exciting discovery I have made in my botanical studies. Turns out that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from their natural environment. Hope to share more of my findings with you in the near future. I feel like that's going to be cradle fern related. I could be wrong, but because it's already bird related, it just feels correct because then bird song, you know? Ooh! Hey, this is helpful. Hold on. That the last clue? There is? Okay. So... which river it was from? From 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, hold on. Oh, I don't even have the seed yet. I gotta find it. I'm gonna have to write that down. 25 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, I'm not gonna remember. Silent letters at the ends of words. Yeah. Yeah. So where? I haven't found the seed yet. It could be in the attic. Go up this way. Oh, we're here. Ah! Mm-hmm. Okay, so we should have all the clues we need for the cradle fern now as well. Which we do have the seed for. So then, we gotta go back. I do wish, you could look at the clues in your book. You don't have to constantly go back to locations. I think that's my only thing about this game. Although I do like having to interact. There's a certain extent of it, so. Alright, you. That was... That's for the cradle fern, so it's blue and spotted. And not the attic. Where was that? Where am I? There was a bunch of nesting. Where? I think that was back this way. In the study, right? I think so. Across this way. Such a big house. Yes. This one. Crested owl. Hey. Well, thank you, Jack. I'm writing them down physically. I like making analog notes. It's fun. Oh. And then ups a daisies. No taking is fun when nobody's making you do it. Yeah. All right, so crested owl. We are E, C, B, E, G, and F. I cannot emphasize enough how much I enjoy hearing your voice while I do household chores. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Kobe. All right. E, C, D, E, G, F. They're beautiful! I love ferns. Exercises and breakfast, so I'll be off. Take care, everyone. See you, Jack. You take care. The cradle fern is used by the crested owl as a nest. And in turn, the plant has grown dependent on the owl's chime-like call to grow. It's so pretty. I love ferns. Hee. I work out today after I missed a couple days over the weekend. Yeah. I need to do my physical therapy exercises, I can tell. Especially after the long car ride, because it always aggravates my repetitive stress injury to go on a long car ride. I got pins and needles in my right hand. Tends to be a pretty good sign. Ideally, I'd be doing them every day. But with the pain and fatigue and everything, I have not been, so. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay. So, into the attic with us. I have pins and needles in my hand, made me think, I hope someday you learn to pop them out and be like Wolverine. That would be funny. Trapped moss. Flower-glowing companion. Okay, so this is going to be for nightfall again. Sometimes a moth can become trapped inside a flower bud if it closes in the morning. The moth is then forced to use the flower bud as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom for short periods during the year. So if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later. Definitely for you. Ooh, this is gonna be important. Okay. One more clue. Hopefully it'll give us... Maybe the grandma's research, because we read that last week, might have information on the season, and otherwise the last clue is going to be season oriented. We'll see. Hello, attic. Oh, rusty pig. I think I need that. Light of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems, which allows them to see the color of light. This means that flowers can tell the time of day and know when to open and close their buds. The exact time that flowers bloom is different for each flower, but most do appear to respond to light and the color of light in some way. Horticulturists and botanists have made use of this knowledge to trick difficult flowers into blooming. Yep. It'll be for you. We might have to go back and read Grandma's research. This, I believe, is for our water lily. Or it's not a lily. The plant, though. I'm gonna go put this in the tub. Yep. I haven't even found the seed for that yet. We got all the clues, though. Here, I'm just gonna walk with you. We gotta go back. Talk of flowers reminds me of my wedding day. Dottie was wearing a flower crown of daisies because she knows I like daisies best. That's sweet. Not here. Here. Opens at sunset during a particular time of year. I don't remember if we found anything that said a particular time of year. Light of plants, the moth calendar. Oh, it might be the fairy poster. Hold on. Pick up those strike coins. I can't. Also, why would I? It's my house. Ooh, getting a pain spike. It's fine. Okay. So... Not here. Attic. I go back to the attic. I rescued Daisy for that exact reason. Very nice. Garden tiger moth. That's what we're looking at. So, garden tiger moth. I've seen hummingbird hawk moths in person, by the way. They're really cool. Although the ones that were native, where I live back in Ohio, looked like more like bees. It's still really cool, though. Look over, you're killing me with all these sweet anecdotes. Stand on the freaking ground. Yamcha pose. All right. Garden tiger is September. September. All right. Now we gotta go back. May. These are all May. October, April, August, September. Found you. So it is blue, yellow, orange, and red. All right. Go. I love this secret study with Grandma's paintings. It's very funny. Wow. She's pretty. Nightfall. Seeing the nightfall bloom is a rare event. Flower only blooms with September sunsets. Night pollinators active in September, such as the garden tiger, often get trapped once the bud closes for the rest of the year. They're so pretty. All right, I'm going to leave you here for a sec while we look for anything else in the attic. Then I will go put you with the rest of the dinner guests, yes? Dinner invitation. Oh boy. March 1863. So this would have been 17 years ago. No, longer than that. 27 years ago. My dear niece, I fear the window may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I've arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son, Edward. He is successful in business in London. Your cousins, William and Thomas, may well aspire to become accomplished scientists, but for you, Arabella, it is better to make yourself useful in the small duties of life for which you will be loved and appreciated. Your studious nature will no doubt be valuable should you have a son, but it would be foolish to allow such a folly to come before the important things in life. I am confident that this is what your parents would have wanted. Dinner will be from 5 o'clock on Sunday. Remember to wear a becoming dress. Yours very sincerely, Aunt Agnes. Ah, Aunt Agnes. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason we don't got very many letters from you. Miss Ede! Oh. Hello, Lucky! Why is even the den to shit on this woman's lawn? The Botanist Digest. This month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading experts in British meadow orchids. In his words, every plant, every leaf, and every meadow holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. My aim is to simply uncover some of those mysteries. Professor John Montague, renowned botanist, sheds light on his groundbreaking work in the world of meadow orchids and other botanical wonders. With decades of research and numerous publications to his name, Professor Montague's contributions to the field have been nothing short of revolutionary, including discoveries of the new species such as hood marsh orchid. Oh, so yeah, of course, he quite naturally took credit. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The brook chalice! We got the seed! Hell yeah, we can finish that one too. There's another duck! This one's a mallard. There's so many around here. Happy Wednesday, cutie! Lurk and work today. Enjoy your lurking. Thank you for stopping by. Always good to have you. We gotta take you. Down right here. Go to the bathroom. Actually, I did remember. Of course, writing things down tends to help me remember, but I do actually remember. I'm sure some people filled the bath without the rust, like without finding the pig, and went, "It's not working." Oh, it's so cute. I'm not gonna be able to take this one, am I? You're not gonna be able to be a dinner guest, are you? We'll see. We'll see. The pot's still there. It might. The brook chalice prefers to grow in rivers with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. The plant naturally filters the water from rust and metal. Unfortunately, they get removed often, as most people prefer their ponds to be weed-free, which is dumb. Anyway. You have to be able to bring it to dinner. I can! Yay! But we still have all of the other flowers. Ooh, we got a delivery. We got all the other flowers in my tub, too. It's so cute! I don't get the problem. Just... nothing wrong. Like, I could get into this tub. I'd just be very delicately slipping in, though, because I don't want to disturb the flowers too much, you know? Alright, we can only carry one at a time, so... We'll bring the brook chalice to dinner first, and we'll come back up for the nightfall. This would be really funny if I run out of places. But I only have 2 more. Well, 1, actually. As soon as I place this one. I guess I could have them, like, sit here. Yeah. Have a tub big enough to hold me in it fully without being squished. And have those little rose petals and other fancy shit in it. Yeah. That's the dream, isn't it? Most tubs are just simply too small, or even just adults. Never mind, you know, those of us who are fat. They're just children size, so it makes it even worse. Need a hot tub or a fancy large tub. It's a very pretty. Yeah, this is the nightfall. They're very pretty. Belle of the ball, really? They're all quite pretty, but still. I want art of it so badly. I could draw this. That wouldn't be too hard. Bet how much? Let's say if I do draw it, if you feel like it, you can toss me some money on Ko-fi. But I'm not gonna commit too hard, but I could. It's very pretty. I could even do it painter style, because normally I do vector work, but I could very easily just do something painter style like I did for drawing Pallerson, my dog, D&D OC that's a dog in Krita. That probably won't be after I get my tax return. No worries. I feel like for some people, the way this game is designed to have you walking like everywhere would irritate them because they're really focused. Some video game players are really focused on goals and not journeys. And I say to you, having to walk to the gatehouse is the point. Like walking at the game is pretty. Yeah. Formal garden. Lady Arabella. Oh, it's an apology from Jimmy. I apologize wholeheartedly for accidentally taking the key to the formal garden home with me. It was in my pocket. I had simply forgotten it was there. I didn't want to disturb your research, so I've left the key in the basket here for you. Okay. Formal garden is 13. Oh, over here. I must have to get 2 from 7. The space is small enough and is pretty. Yeah. If it was like Zelda. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the game. I'm not speaking for all games. I do also personally find that I enjoy, I'm an Infinity Nikki player, although I haven't played in a few weeks, but on my own time, I'm an Infinity Nikki player, right? And I do find I enjoy the game less if I'm just teleporting everywhere, because they do have, quick travel places in the game, right? So you can just pop between places that you need to go. But the more I do that personally, most of the time, the less I genuinely enjoy the game. That door. That's the door I think we need. Climbing up. Probably open up here as soon as we walk through. HD, we make it slightly better, but not by a lot. To make the walking time more useful as well. Yeah. It's really inherently dependent on the game. I always think about early, like, vanilla World of Warcraft because there was a lot of travel time in World of Warcraft, but a lot of it was, in my opinion, quite immersive. Like having to take boats or the tramway, like the Gnomish tramway and things like that. I thought they were nice. It makes you feel, it's more immersive and makes you feel like you're actually part of the living world. Three new plants. Spring dance shrub. Oh, This flowering bush used to grow in the gardens, but have completely disappeared when I was off on my travels. Fool's emerald. Friend gifted me these seeds, so I don't know too much about them yet. And ocelot. Friend of mine found some seeds and was kind enough to let me use them for my herbarium. I can't touch that one? Okay. Ah, formal garden indeed. Look at that. This looks so comfy. I mean, not that comfy for me, but so comfy. That I can't walk into there, but that's alright. That's a lot of lawn, though. Yeah, I mean, these types of folks pretty much, you know, made the lawn what it is today. Oh, illustrated penny paper. It was a message. Local man reports mystery signal. A gentleman farmer has reported sightings of mysterious blinking lights coming from caves near his home in Cheddar. In his own words, walking my dog and lost track of time a little. It soon became dark and I decided to make the walk back home. On the way to my house is a tiny cave. I walked by and noticed blinking light pattern cast from the cave entrance. I was sure it was one of those Morse code messages. When I approached the cave, the light source vanished, and nobody was there. I'm convinced that what I saw was the Morse code abbreviation for attention. I will never forget the one abbreviation, as it was the first message I learned in Morse code. Local authorities have assured journalists that there have been no recent military activity or exercises in the area, so the mystery remains unsolved. We're not going to know which one that is yet. But yeah, this is fairly common for the time. I do think, given what we know about our character, I don't think that she actually would have a lawn like this, and it would have been nice for the devs of the game to better reflect that. But that's a whole other conversation. Huh. Huh. It's empty. Spring dance, shrub seed found. Online said this game can be completed in 4 hours, but that's not taking into account somebody who is narrating everything and is also perhaps doing these things like this and taking breaks and just enjoying the game, like sitting with the game. Streamers take longer. Very naturally, yes. Right, we'll go down there in a second, but we're going to look around here first. Telegraph note. Mr. Bennett. The telegraph you ordered arrived while you were at the farmer's market. They delivered it by boat. I left it at the boathouse since I didn't know where you'd like to keep it. There appears to be a Morse code manual inside the case as well. Okay, so... gonna be one of these two, probably. One of them's Morse code related for sure, but we don't know which one it is yet. Note about lawn. My sweet Hazel, are you keeping well today? Jimmy's only gone and broken the lawnmower again. Jimmy's always breaking things. If it weren't for my war injury, I wouldn't be letting him loose with the mower. He said he ran over some hard object down in the long grass near the pond. I had a brief look and couldn't see anything. Sometimes I wonder about that boy's sensibilities. Yeah, he broke a pestle and mortar. Save me some of your lovely scones. Yours always, Mr. Bennett. Military codes. Oh boy. We'll come back to that. Glowing hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are beautiful flowers that contain I don't know how to pronounce that. Anthocyanin. Let's go find out together. Pronunciation. Anthocyanins. Anthocyanins. There we go. Anthocyanin. Whoa. Which is a pigment that can change color depending on the pH level of the environment. The colors can vary between red, purple, and blue. Oh boy. Introducing us to different pots. All right. We will have an ad break coming up soon. I will likely use that to go to the bathroom and get a snack or two. I would like to stream for another hour. We do have a stream almost 1 o'clock. Still enough time. I don't have a lot to do. I have to do today. We do have a stream later with Lefty at 5 that we have to think about. But other than that, glad to see the whole morning stream today. I thought I wouldn't, but the weather saved me. Be late to the collab later, though. Yeah, no worries. Things like this make me want to make extra plants, which I can technically do and just put them everywhere. Too much yowling and drooling from the peanut gallery. Haha! We'll see, we'll see. You know how they are. Spiritualism book. My dearest cousin, whilst I hold a deep fascination for the pursuit of knowledge and science, I must admit that the subject of spiritualism is not one that particularly captivates me. Therefore, I must return this book to you. However, I appreciate your efforts in sharing your interests with me. With affection, Arabella. Oh. Oh. I wonder which one gave it to her. Will-o'-the-wisp. That's gonna be for the Morse one as well, probably. The blinking. Don't know which one that is yet, though. Hmm. As expected. Oh! I wasn't expecting that. Lightning! Hee Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Here for the B plot between the lady who cooks and cleans Arabella's house and the gardener, which is Mr. Bennett. Not really, but it's still kind of fun. Okay. Bioluminescence. In darker corners of our world, there are plants and organisms that are able to produce their own light. These plants, fungi, and insects are most often found in areas of low light, such as dark forests, deep oceans, and gloomy caves. Recent discoveries have shown that chemicals such as luciferin are responsible for this glowing effect. It is not known what this glowing effect is used for, but it could be for communication with others on the same species or to attract pollinators or food. Scientists believe there are many bioluminescent species waiting for to be discovered. Okay, well, I guess we'll see if that's you. Not enough clues though. Back down. Yep, okay. Tis the fool's emerald. Another greeting card. It's got kitties. Dearest Arabella, I was delighted after our recent mentoring session. You do excellent work as a fellow scholar of the natural world. I recall the spring dance shrub that once grew in your garden before you departed on your travels. How wonderful it would be to see it growing again. I have been compiling plant specimens that require pollination to mature in their adult stage. I wonder if the spring dance shrub is one of these plants. Ever your affectionate friend, Lavinia. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Don't know where this handle goes. We'll just put it somewhere nearby. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. Is that gonna let me walk? Sure is. Oh, it's dark in here. Alright, that's for you. I don't think we found all the clues we need yet, though. Like chemicals. And I don't think it's these two. I could be wrong, but didn't read that way. We could always put one of them in and see if it works, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Nope. Okay. Huh. Well, I don't know what that one's for yet. There's many hooks, though. Okay, so that's gonna be... So that's for the spring dance shrub. Okay. That's also gonna be probably... Yep. Okay. Here's our shortcut. Dad's gonna be starting soon. I'll be getting up to go to the bathroom and get some snacks. Dear Mr. Bennett, thank you so much for the lovely bunch of rhubarb from your nephew's garden. He needn't have sent anything in return for the herbal polyjuice. Poultice. I want to say polyjuice, but that's not poultice. I gave him for his little one, but I am grateful all the same. I know he hasn't the money to fetch the doctor. Since you said he cannot read a note, please send him my thanks when you see him. Polyjuice. Something else. Anyway. Why is this on the ground? Oh, well, ad's about to start, so we will read this after. We will sit down. All right, everybody. I'll be back in a little while, a few minutes, and I'll see you then, okay? And we're back. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. I got some cheese. I still have some pistachios left. And I got a soda. Because I wanted one. The wild berries and lime one from Culture Pop has to be the most sour one. Which I enjoy, but I imagine some people wouldn't. Alright. Dear Miss Green, I've recently heard of your involvement in the mentoring of aspiring botanists. Botany is a field that demands a thorough understanding of its complexities, and while I admire your dedication, the saying, the blind leading the blind, does come to mind. All just aside, I do hope your endeavors in mentoring will yield some semblance of progress. Sincerely, Professor Thornton. No wonder it's on the ground. Where it deserves to be. Backhanded. For sure. At best. A lot of these hooks. Gonna have to do with something with one of these flowers. Oh, look, another one. Gonna put this here for now. Funny, gonna see the back of my hand, but only briefly. Regarding birds. Tracks a host of garden birds such as bluebirds, finches, robins, and warblers. He's studying soil pH by taste. Oh, yes. Boathouse. Attracting birds with color. This probably has something to do with this shrub. Yep. I was right. Boy. Okay. We gotta get this flower to be the right color. Because we need the bird to propagate, I imagine. That bird... I didn't get a good look at that bird. I want to say that was a robin or a bullfinch. You can always go back. Right now, red. If it wasn't that, then it's going to be a goldfinch, which is yellow. But I'm pretty sure it was a robin. Yeah, looks like a robin to me. I'll double check. Black, red, white. Yeah, robin. I thought. I've seen a lot of robins in my life. I just wanted to make sure the game and I have the same idea of a robin. Although I was mistaken for something else. Okay, so we gotta get the pH balance right. This puzzle's gonna be interesting. Okay, that's what I thought. Too close. Okay, go this way. Hi, so I'm not gonna have the robin all the way there, but I am gonna have him part of the way there, like right here. Just because we do still have to place the plant itself as well. But this isn't a bad location to have him. Alright. So, got red. Is 12 to 14. So, oh boy. We should be able to do what, like marble and guano? No, it's 12. So that means it's sandstone and seaweed? That's the only one. Sandstone plus seaweed. Okay. Right. This doesn't have... over here. Over here. Oh. Hold on. Where can I put this down? I can't put it back. I don't want to put it there. Put it up here. Anything yet. I must have to put the soil and everything in first. A sandstone pot wouldn't be ideal for long term. Because it's gonna crumble eventually. That's a whole other... Okay. Ooh, my insides. Ooh, my insides. Do 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 do. I have always really loved the covered walkways. They're really pretty, especially in real life. You there? Be right back. I'm gonna do some finagling with this bird. Sounds like somebody needs fan art. I'm not going to say no. I love your art. I have saved literally all of it. Some of it has been saved twice because some of it I have saved on my phone and then saved it on my computer later. So... Finish mad sciencing my pain reduction laser. I'm gonna keep doing the only thing I can. Thank you. I do appreciate you. Oh. I will say, as much as I did really like the doctor, the specialist I had an appointment with, there's still there's a gap still, though, I feel like, in his... He said in his entire time working, he hasn't seen endometriosis preclude people from working. To which I told him, well, maybe, but it does get them fired, which I hope he took the implication that I laid down there. Hi, Lemon! Looking forward to seeing Plume again. Everybody's looking forward to seeing Plume again. We like Plume. Can work, but that doesn't stop them from getting fired. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my thing with Endo. Is you miss it's a bit different, because usually people with endometriosis get fired for missing too much work. Springtime shrub contains... I've already dropped how to pronounce this. Hold on. Anthocyanins. Anthocyanins. Trying to say, is it just because the man is not seen, does that mean it has not happened? Yeah, he was really good. And I think with time I can... It's just a conversation that has to happen. There's been some time, like, tomorrow morning fixing up Plume's full 20 sheet, because, like, I swear she could cast spells and I forgot. Okay. Springtime shrub contains anthinicins, causing it to change color depending on the pH level of its environment. Robins love red flowers and will be attracted to the red variant of this shrub. Okay. No pretty. Now this one, again, I can very clearly see that they based it off of real, like, it's still a fictional flower, but they very much based it off of like real flowers and the way that they grow. It's really nice. Now there's just robins everywhere. I'm sorry I'm taking this from you. It's gotta go with the rest of the dinner guests. Dinner guests. I'm working right now on my Uma sheets so I can post them for Year of the Horse. Yee! Cute. There we go. Look at all these dinner guests. I ran out of plates, so I have space for one could sit here and one could sit over here. But I ran out of plates for them. At the boathouse. Okay. Can't believe somebody put that there. Old lady just gotta climb over. To the boathouse. I do know that that's for in there, but I think we're still missing a clue. Yeah. So. Which, that is the Fool's Emerald was supposed to go in there. Which I guess we could... yeah, we could probably pot it right now. Here. Boop. Here you go, buddy. We're gonna go put you inside. We don't have all the tools we need yet, but nonetheless. Into the dark with ye. We'll be back later. To the boathouse. Such a large estate. Quack, 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 quack. I guess I found all the ducks. And geese. I knew there had to be an achievement. What's this? Oh, we can carry it. Oh yeah, this is the telegraph. Yes, good. I guess I'm gonna leave you here for now, though. We gotta finish investigating. Still missing a clue. Somebody keeps leaving sandwiches everywhere. How weeds spread. Weeds can take over an area quite rapidly. Some weeds have adapted in order to spread their seeds as far away as possible. Weeds. Air quote. The plant itself does not have much control over this, but trusts nature to lend a helping hand. Wood avens and goosegrass. Dandelions. Plants, lords and ladies. Ah. This seed, this is what we know, is known to be picked up by critters who can take it back to their nest. As soon as the animal goes to sleep, the seed sprouts into bloom. It is not quite understood how the plant is able to detect when the creature is asleep. Oh boy. That's for you. Boop. Weeds aren't real, it's just a slur against plants. Yeah, I mean, kind of. There is such a thing as an invasive species to an area, but that's usually our fault. It's usually the fault of humans when there's an invasive, like, plant species introduced to the area, so. Huh. Yeah, look at all our classroom materials. Dear Lady Arabella, thank you for your order. As discussed, we will write again in the coming months to inform you of a delivery date for the school supplies. Are we gonna have our little school here in the boathouse? Are we gonna be teaching girls in the boathouse? I mean, it is perfect for it. Why they have a fire going when it is clearly a summer day, I will never understand, but this is a board game. Foraging Critters game rules. Game setup. Shuffle the food cards and place the stack face down in the center of the game board. Place the food tokens around the food cards on the board. Place animals on the start tile. Oh boy. Roll a dice, move your animal along the woodland path. Highest roller goes first. If you land on a food tile, pick up a food card. Animal matches the card. You can collect the token of the specific food card. If you land on a gray squirrel tile, it steals all your food tokens, and they must return to the board. Most food tokens in their nest at the end of the game is the winner. Red squirrel. Mm-hmm. 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 That's cute. That's a cute hint. They got different records here. Animal husbandry and rehabilitation. Heartbeat rates. Asleep. Red squirrel, 120. May not be that, though, because it's meadow, but they do take things back for storing. Sometimes forage food back from the nest to keep for later. Honestly, any one of these, but grass. This is a field card. Could also be the rabbit. Just in case, what do we... 180. Usually it's pretty obvious which one's which, but... We're still... Where did it say? Did it say? All of the hit ones for this is right here, huh? Critters, as soon as the animal goes to sleep, doesn't really say where. Well, we can test it. Probably. Need to move you for a sec, bud. This one's 120. Meadow's Bliss. This might be it. Yep. It was Red Squirrel. The ocelot's seed is picked up by small animals, such as the red squirrel, who then store it inside their nests. Once the animal falls asleep, the ocelot depends upon the heartbeat vibrations to break open and bloom. Can I hear the other songs? Cute. A little bit spooky. A little bit jazzy. Just a little. How about this one? Do-do-do. Oh, pretty nice. Here, bud. Off we go. Yes, it's gonna be faster to go this way with you. And we'll have to come back for the kit. Plus, we haven't been this way in a little bit. Yeah, nice. Oh, hey, Frederico! Hello, hello, Raiders. Welcome on in. If I have any mods, can we get a shout out? If not, give me 1 second. We gotta go put our dinner guest, with everyone else. This will make sense in a moment. Yes. But yes, hello. The game doesn't alt tab well, so give me 1 second. Shout out. Fred Rico. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful stream. What were you up to? And in the meantime, if anybody doesn't know me, hi, my name's Lottie. I'm a cute little clown. This is my cute little tent. I am primarily a cozy streamer, though we do a little bit of variety. We do art streams, baking streams, and we play video games. And we have fun here. Hi. We've been playing Botany Manor. I think we're getting towards the end. We might be able to finish today. It's a nice game. I like it very much. We got one more plan. Had a nice stream, played some Mass Effect, then some Zao. Then ended with Echoes of the End. Wow! You played all kinds of games today. Ooh. I really only know about Mass Effect. Which class are you playing in Mass Effect? Also, are you playing Mass Effect 1, or... I have questions. I don't know anything about the other ones, though. but I played a lot of Mass Effect. Let me watch some of that games list, lol. But it was a long stream, too. Echoes of the End is a good game. It feels like a mix between Horizon and Little Star Wars, but it's good. You mean like Horizon Zero Dawn? Barely started Mass Effect. Oh, okay. You're probably in the first game. Which class did you pick? I must know. Have you played Mass Effect before? I need this little guy. Come here. There we go. You know what? We're gonna go the other way, just for fun. About the same distance. Earthborn, Soul Survivor, Pure Soldier. My 4th playthrough. Watch and play it. Fair enough, fair enough. Pure Soldier can be fun if you want, like, all the guns and everything. And adrenaline's really useful. Very solid pick. My last playthrough, I played a Vanguard Earthborn, but not Soul Survivor. Did, Ruthless. And made some funny clips. Nice. I can never do magic. It is not man and pure word in any game, even Skyrim. I think you've talked about that before. It's very funny. Vanguard is the punch things real good. I like punching things real good in games. I think it's fun. I do that in Fallout as well when given the chance. Also, frankly, if I had to list, especially for the first game, if I had to list, like, strongest to weakest, it's probably going to be Vanguard at the top and then Engineer at the bottom. Engineer's a rough one to play. Okay. Where is this information that I needed? Is it here? I put this down over here. Yep. You play Fallout? I mean, on my own time I've played Fallout, yeah. Not in a long time. But, yep. I don't stream him. Doesn't fit the vibe. No, then I don't want it. But thank you. Okay. So they said... What is it? Well, and a contact message verified. What was it that said? Hold on. Well, fair enough. Yeah. Could add another friend to my follow friend list. Nah. It's not in a game that I'm interested in playing multiplayer. Attention. Abbreviation for attention. That's what I thought, but I don't think... Me trying to solve this one. Sky Children of the Light? I don't think you have, but I have heard of it. Maybe you did. I don't know. I see. Method of communication over long distances must be according to the scenario. The message contains no sensitive information, or there is no enemy presence within the communication area. An open method of communication, such as Calligraphy may be used. Played Fallout 3 New Vegas, but I have all of them. Yeah. I haven't played the early games, so pre-Fallout 3, right? I've thought about it. I don't spend a lot of time playing games on my own time, though. Like, offline, not streaming, I still play Minecraft, and I play Infinity Nikki, and I play Played Up, a little bit of Tabletop Simulator, Halo occasionally, the Master Chief Collection with Lefty when we have the time. That's not very often, so... Communication is permissible. Both receivers may still benefit from abbreviation of messages. Attention, there it is. A. I think that's all we need for this. Oh, we haven't found the last clue. That was probably it. Yep. You never get to end as a good guy. Always end up as a bad guy. It's weird because I'm a very nice guy. I don't have a problem. Do you like horror games? I wanted to find someone to play Reanimal with. As a rule, no. That has more to do with the mechanics of a horror game than whether or not I like horror games, though. I know you mentioned Reanimal. What is this? Horror adventure game. So, it inherently depends on how the game plays. So I have to give you a maybe. If it's a game where my only option is to hide and wait for the enemy to leave me alone, I'm not gonna like it. I find it really irritating, actually. Which, like, anybody who's been in my streams knows I don't really get irritated. Like Alien Isolation, no. Absolutely not. One, again, game mechanics. Two, I have had enough Let me put it this way. I get dreams that play like Alien Isolation. I don't need to play the video game. I'm good. The Little Nightmares sequel, if you're familiar. I am familiar with Little Nightmares. Solid maybe still. Okay. Not sure if I should put the telegraph, like where the telegraph should be. I'll just go inside, because I don't see a place to put it down right here. Okay. It's KA. So... Here we go. Oh. a lifestyle based on persistent dreams. My parents had to get rid of one of my favorite toys when I was very young because I had a bad dream about it. I mean, it's not really like that. At all. I don't need to play a video game when my dreams give me the same experience. Fool's Emerald. Fool's Emerald is a vine that contains luciferin, which allows it to create light. They grow in caves where they use the light to communicate with each other, very much like Morse code. Very pretty. I wonder what this will look from. Take this with me. Oh, it's such a pretty plant. Oh, this is beautiful, yeah. I want to see what it looks like from back here. It looks very nice. I love horror games, but I can't play them because I can never finish them except for Alien Isolation. Finished 18 times. As a rule, I have played some horror games, but they're going to be horror games like Grun. So Grun is that's described as a cozy horror gardening puzzle game. And I really liked it. Not very long. But overall, I'll live in a house where I can hop across lily pads, right? If they're that big and you don't weigh too much, you could definitely... I go the other way. We'll go this way. Also our magical, mystical plants. I also liked Pools, which is a liminal space game. But that one's like very much pure layer walking simulator. It's cozy to me. It's not actually because it's like, ooh, it's a little bit scary, a little bit spooky. No, I'm just like, this is nice. All right, the final guest of honor. Look at that. Your glow is so intense, sweetie. That's the whole book. I genuinely feel like the devs expected me to put all of the plants at the table for dinner. That's what it feels like. Alright, let's go to the gatehouse. Yeah, if genuinely, so streamers, we have a chunk of games that like to play for party games, right? It's gonna be games like Lethal Company, Golf with Your Friends, Content Warning, Repo, stuff like that. Repo is... If somebody invites me to a Repo collab, I'm not going to say no, but it is very easily my least favorite, because of the game mechanics. Especially, I have spent several games where everybody else has died, and there's a monster in front of me, and I just have to sit there for literally 10 minutes waiting for this monster to leave. And I just don't like it. It just irritates me. All right. That's the apology. Hello? I have to go to the gatehouse, but I don't... Ah. Yes. Here's our book. Here we go. I really like that game. And I'm sure she went on to be a teacher for all of her, for a bunch of young ladies, and this was a really nice game. Fun game, yeah. I need more puzzle games, but good puzzle games. I wouldn't say the puzzles in this one weren't overly challenging, but they were still got your brain going, which is nice. Some puzzle games kind of tend to overdo it, to where they're too hard, so at some point it's less stimulating and more just like, I'm gonna start crying now, kind of a... I want something that gets my brain thinking, but not something that's extremely frustrating. Anyway, that was very nice. I finally have a PS5 cam, so I have a face. Oh. 1 year later. Hold on. Nice ship. The bird inside. Lady Arabella Green, by the Women's Education Union, presented to, okay, on the occasion of her opening the Green School of Botany, 1891. What's this game about? So we're playing this character. Her name is Lady Arabella Green. It is 1890. And basically, she is a scientist and very educated in the world of botany because it is 1890. She is facing a lot of misogyny. And fighting for her dreams, essentially. So this whole game is discovering and writing and putting all of her very fictional but really cool, pretty plants in the book, and then getting it published. Anyway. Oh, of course, the library. What was I thinking? All copies of her own book. Teacher's apple. Hi, Cricket. You've joined us right at the end, but it's very nice to have you. Letter from Sister. My dear Flora, I'm terribly sorry your herbarium didn't get picked up for publishing, though I am most excited about your new plans to turn Botany Manor into a botanical academy. I look forward to visiting the school and meeting the talented students you have taken under your wing. Let's hope they carry on our fight. Lots of love. Elizabeth. P.S. Arabella, I hope you don't mind me still calling you by your childhood pet name. Oh, God damn it, this happens to me too often. It's not your fault. I am a morning streamer. That was lovely. Do what I did and change your entire daily routine to accommodate watching Lottie streams. Lone Star is legitimately at like a 50 stream streak right now. So you don't need to be that dedicated. Oh, that was really nice though. Which I expected to be. Botany Manor is pretty high on the cozy game list, like for recommended games. Yeah, it is. Whoop. I hit the snooze button. At this point, it's for the memes. The result that having reached 50, I will not stress if I have to miss a couple. I would hope not. Get close to 100, it's back on the daily grind. Oh dear. Alrighty, everybody. I do need to wrap up as I have another stream over on Lefty's channel in 3 hours. I gotta do stuff like take a shower and eat another proper meal instead of just snacking on things. Nonetheless, thanks so much for being here. I hope everybody liked Botany Manor. I really did. I know someone. I am at 100 watch streak. Ooh. This will be it. Besides my stream later with Lefty, this will be it for me for the week. As, I've got to go do something tomorrow morning. Not looking forward to it, but whatever. We gotta find somebody to raid into. Let me see. Have a good one, Lottie. Good seeing you as always. Yeah, you too, Kirk. Who do we have to raid today? Biddles is playing Big Hops. Starry Shy is playing Call to the Lamb. I don't know if anybody else is playing Botany Manor. Two other people are. One person appears to be a Psychobombascus. That's how I pronounce that, right? The fish. The ancient fish. Will be totally normal around new people. This person only has 2 tags though, and that's English and Portuguese. So they don't have any other tags indicating what kind of streamer they are. We will raid into somebody we know. We can raid into, I think, Yeah, I think we'll raid into Biddles just because we don't get to raid into her crazy often. Our stream times don't always overlap because she lives in a different time zone. All right. I think that's it. I don't think I have any other announcements or anything. No, I don't think so. Well, that's going to be it for today. Although you will be able to catch me, like I said, over on Lefty's channel in 3 hours at 5 p.m. EST as we continue playing Killer Chat, which has been very funny. All right, everybody. Again, thanks so much for being here. Remember to take care of yourselves and stay silly out there, okay? Bye!